Okay, hello guys. Today I'm going to be doing a World War II tank tier list. So to get it started, M3 Lee, solid C tier. I mean, riveted construction, that's not great. Not a ton of armor. I mean, it was enough at that time of the war, but like, not quite too much. 37mm, not great. And then the 75 in the hull. I mean, it's better than having nothing, but it's just not quite there. Jagdpanzer 4, I'm gonna go D. No turret. At least this one's got some sort of turret. Maybe I could put this low C because it does have a low silhouette. But the drivetrain I'm pretty sure was pretty bad. Like lots of breakdowns and not enough spare parts, stuff like that. Panzer 2, I'm gonna put it low D tier. Not great, not a ton of armor. It does have good mobility, but not a ton of armor, not a great cannon. Good for like maybe a commanding vehicle that, isn't gonna see straight front line. Maybe it's like, quarter mile back, but anyways, moving on, KV1. I'm gonna put it S tier. Honestly, good cannon, pretty good cannon. Not the best, but pretty good. Good mobility-ish. It's a heavy tank, so you're not gonna expect it to have great mobility, but it's just like not as bad as like, a Jagdpanzer. And good armor. Like, good armor. T-34-85, literally one of the best tanks of the war, on the USSR side at least. Good mobility, even better cannon than the KV-1, but a little less armor than the KV-1, but still got some armor. That was pretty good. T-34-76, I'm gonna go A tier. I mean, these are one of the most iconic tanks of World War II. Just a T-34 armed with a 76mm gun. I mean, that's what you think about when you think of like T-34. You don't really think about the T-34-85 too much. But you always think of this. It's got good mobility, pretty good armor, at least it's not riveted, and a pretty good cannon, better than the Sherman. So, taking us to the Panther. I'm gonna put it A tier. Just again, pretty good mobility, at least for the Germans. It's got a 75mm cannon, but it is long barreled, so it's not as bad as the Shermans, and it's got pretty good armor. Tiger, one of the most iconic, but it's just too, I don't know, good armor, but the problem, like most German tanks, drivetrain, engine, transmission, stuff like that, usually breaking down. In the interweaved wheels, those are just hard to, like if one in the back breaks, it's so hard because you have to take this off, then that one, and then you can get to it. But, it's just, it does have a good cannon and armor. That's the only reason it's in A tier right now. Churchill, good cannon, good armor, well, pretty good armor. I'm gonna put this high B tier. Not great, but very good. Panzer 4, low B tier, honestly. Not a ton of armor, but it's still got some. It's got the long-barreled cannon, which is better than a short-barreled Sherman. I'm gonna put it like mid A tier, maybe. It doesn't have like great stuff, but I mean, if you include like some of the variants, like the 76, like Shermans, it's a lot better. Like the long-barreled 76. But I mean, there was just so many of them. Like, I mean, the Germans can't take out all fit like 100 million of these things. I know there wasn't 100 million, but still. Another Panzer 4. I I'm just not gonna rank it. We already ranked a Panzer IV. KV2. About it. This thing is just so good. I mean, it's got everything except, well, it's got armor and it's got a pretty good cannon. Definitely good for high explosive. It's pretty good for shooting tanks. Not great mobility and some drivetrain issues. I don't think they're as bad as like some of the tanks we're gonna get to. It looks like we have two for some reason. I don't know why that is, but it's fine. So I'm gonna put this probably high B tier. High B tier, not low. High B tier, thank you. Matilda 2. This thing, it's not super fast, but it does have armor and better than a 37mm cannon. So I'm gonna put this high C tier. I mean, higher, I think it's lower than that. Okay, so then we get the Panzer III. I'm gonna put this, maybe high B tier. Not great armor. There was like add-on armor that they added onto some, but you know, and not great cannon, like short barrel most of the time. The Char B1, exceptional tank. I'm gonna put it low B tier. Low B tier. Just because it's got a 45mm in the turret instead of a 37, and I don't like it. Doesn't have as much of a silhouette as the M3. That's the only reason it's better. Pretty much. Anyways, moving on. Tiger 2. This thing's instantly going bottom of D. D tier. Actually, maybe we put it like top. It's got a good cannon and good armor. There just wasn't a lot of them, and again, drivetrain issues with the Germans, not great. Another Tiger 2. Oh, we just ranked that. Okay. So this is the Cromwell. I'm gonna put this like there. I don't know. I think it's got a better gun than the Matilda. I don't know. I'm not a good British researcher, but I think it's got a better cannon, and it's just like it's faster. I'm fairly certain, and you know, yeah, it's pretty much the same, just barely higher, but. Finally, the M3 Stuart. I don't know about this one. I mean, there's so many, but like the 37, like it was pretty much outdated by the start of the war, and then they went on to make an M5 Stuart with the same gun, and I was just like, what the heck, man. I think I'm gonna have to put this low C. I mean, yeah, it's got a bad gun and not great armor, but it's also highly mobile. And also, like, in, like, the Japanese, like, Pacific campaign, right, these were good because they're not super heavy and, like, they're mobile. Like, you know, kind of good for island hopping, I feel like. I think there were flamethrower armed, which, is pretty good, but anyways, that was my tier list. We got no in F. One I might put in F. Trying to think of one I would put in F. I don't think there's very many I would put in F, like of World War II. Maybe like the Panzer I, because it's literally just got like nothing too good. Or maybe some of the French ones, because they didn't have super advanced tanks. But anyways, that's my tier list. If you don't agree with it, go make your own. comment it down below. I'll watch it. But yeah, I hope to see you another time, and goodbye.